It is Sunday. Everybody in the McDonald family slept in a little bit today, and I believe well-deserved. Myself, I didn't race. I guess I worked in 2 countries, 2 states and a province yesterday. We trained all the babies yesterday morning in Ontario. The train got, I know Sterling made a break on you, but how did you look the second trip? I didn't know, because he was behind me.
He looks good.
You look good. I told him we're going to take the flip-flops and the hobbles off him, though. We're going to get those up.
Pull his head up.
Pull his head up, yeah. And then made my way, rushed to the Meadows. 4 hours and 45 minutes it took us from our house to the Meadows racetrack yesterday, and that's stopping for gas. So it's a pretty good run. And no, I was not speeding. I might have sped a little bit, but not
speeding.
You know I didn't, and you don't even know. You're just
Speeding.
No, I wasn't. I was not speeding through New York. I may have pushed the envelope a little bit through the state of Pennsylvania. Addie stopped through the state of Pennsylvania a little bit, but no, it was pretty good all along.
I saw a lot of cops last night.
They're out right now. Made it all the way to the Meadows, got our work done, and then we had a tough decision to make. We had to go to Northfield, and I had 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes to get from the Meadows to Northfield. So theoretically, we had a 25-minute window, maybe 30. And then I factored in the drag of Northfield, and I pushed that to 40. And then we were lucky enough to get reservations at Bistecca upstairs. And I thought to myself, you know what? We've had a good day. We've all been running the roads. Wouldn't it be nice to put some good fuel into our stomachs for the rest of the day? Little girl, shush. Addie and Ava, how was your food? You never told me yesterday.
Oh, what?
Your food. Oh, from the garbage can you were eating in. From the restaurant we ate in.
That was good.
Okay, well, that's why I was asking you.
I like pepper.
Yeah, I get the peppercorn one. It was very good. Addie pretended she didn't like it. But we made our way. So now the next dilemma was, and you can't speed up that turnpike. Like, there's cops every 5 seconds. Not that I would speed anyway. I'm just saying, as a reference point, there are a lot of police officers on the turnpike, generally speaking. We had exactly. I left the restaurant at 5:19, 5:20, something like that. And post time for my race was 2 hours and 28 minutes later, 7:28. So 2 hours and 9 minutes later. We made up a little time, but not much. But Northfield, luckily, thankfully, took care of us because they drug the races out. Last race last night, I guarantee you we went behind the gate at 11:59 and 30 seconds, it felt like. Like, you couldn't be any closer at 12 o'clock if you wanted to be. And the girls were with me all night long. We were up in the office with Ashley. She's so nice. Her daughter Tegan's super nice too. They were playing upstairs, and it was a bit of a big Fred moment. When I was a kid, I spent a lot of time in
You've had a lot of those lately.
Well, that's just the way it is. What do you mean I've had a lot of those? Like what?
Like last weekend. When
What'd
you
I do?
sent them back to the car so you could go have a drink at the bar.
When?
While we waited for our table.
I think that was fair. She's a 13-year-old girl,
14.
6 and
What
11.
did I do?
Our table, tell me if I'm wrong, our table is, we had to wait 25 minutes at the table, but they won't let the kids sit at the bar. They had a long day. So if they can't sit in the bar and the waiting area is full, go out to the car and look at your iPads while Amy and I had a drink at the bar. Is that unfair? I don't see the
I just gave you an example.
I forgot about it already, and now that you say it and you frame it that way, it seemed like you were judging me, even though you were a willing participant. Addie Bear, why is the cheetah on my head? So, we got our food. We got to Northfield Park, and the night, I was going to say the night started out well, but really we had a good night top to bottom. Never missed a check. Spitfire Overseas was an easy winner, as he was supposed to be. Aunt Lily did not race that great, and now that I thought about it, the track was not great. A couple of horses I drove later on in the card I felt struggled a little bit, and I'm not making excuses. Aunt Lily was 85-90% last night. Soundness wise, she was sound. Addie, don't be silly. Soundness wise, she was fine. She was perfect. Running in a little bit more, but we did, as I said, we put that open bridle on her. First time she ever wore the open bridle. Did that play a role? Maybe, possibly. She was running in a little bit more, but that is understandable. The one thing I did note, I'd messaged Dr. Latessa about it after the race. I saw a little more dirt on her right toe behind than her left, which in most cases would indicate maybe she needs a little work done on her hock. But I'll leave that up to him. She got the job done, regardless. Was it pretty? No. Did she feel strong? No. It was funny, Megan messaged me today and said that Texan Soprano's blood come back with a high GGT. Well, we have like 15 horses right now spread over 2 countries. It has to be attributed to the spring in one way or another. It has to be attributed to the spring. Did I tell you to stop? Next time the cheetah goes for a trip on the highway. So behave yourself. So Aunt Lily raced. Let's categorize it as good. Right? She made front. She controlled the race. She let me back her up a little bit. And did she sprint away? No, but she did enough to get the job done. So we'll call it good. Next one up, Roser and AJ. I had a little help. There was some horses making breaks into gear. Maybe the track over there was a little loose. I don't know. But Roser and AJ's, 1, his line is tremendous. 2, I think the horse raced great. James drove him perfect. You know, he does do a good job driving sometimes. I've noticed. And last night with Roser and AJ, that was impressive. He did a great job with him. The horse raced good. You know, somebody could say, well, he had a lot of luck. Well, you know, luck is...
He still passed horses.
The definition of luck is pretty simple. It's when preparation meets opportunity. And James did a great job putting him into a good spot, allowed the race to unfold, and it turned out in his favor. So the horse raced great. He did come 26-4. He did pass horses, and he did look good. I told you guys I wanted to leave Roser and AJ over there. I know there were some objections, but I just thought that there was something there. He just needed to stretch out a little bit, and he did, and he looked very, very good in doing it. So great job. So the first 3 horses we raced yesterday all won. Spitfire won easily, Aunt Lily won, and Roser and AJ won. Now we went to Gorgeous Package. You know, she was thawed. Thank you. The problem with Gorgeous Package was, you know, I watched the replay and I say to myself, I shouldn't have come out of the 2-hole. But at that moment, my biggest threat was Kurt Suggs' horse 3 wide, and I wanted to make it difficult on him. I wanted to leave him 3 wide. That, to me, that appeared to be the only way. 2 things had to happen. Gorgeous Package had to bolt out of the 2-hole and bounce forward, which she did not do. So was it the H horse? Was it the 55? She was running in hard, and she's been running in hard this year. Her first 3 starts, I've seen it before, but she would always advance and run in. Now it's more of a stall, and I'm asking myself why. So another little puzzle that Dr. Latessa has to put back together would be what is going on with Gorgeous Package. I don't see any lameness, but I definitely feel something that's pinching her. When I come out of the 2-hole, I expected her to bolt. I could leave Kurt 3 wide, you know, cause him to take up as much ground as I could, and instead he still just inhaled us, drove away. And Gorgeous Package never did really advance. Now she did get by the horse on the front. I will play it back. I'll run it back the other way. Kurt Sugg clears 3 wide into the 2 wide path and is gone. I get into the passing lane. Remember, I only beat a horse on the far outside by a head for 3rd. So I might have, the horse that beat me for 2nd might not have got through, but I still believe the guy on the outside would have beat me. So 1, I made the right move at that point in the mile in my mind. You run it back 10, 15 times, I still think I do it every time. And 2, I might not have been beat by Keith Cash's horse, but I think I was still beat for 2nd by the other horse that was on the far outside. So I'm 3rd either way. She should have been 1st or at least a good 2nd. But again, I have to understand myself too. Those are age sources. You know, like the horse Kurt Sugg was driving, like 24 lifetime wins. Like those are the gatekeepers, right? That we talk about all the time. So I can't be too upset with Gorgeous Package. I did expect a little bit more, but I can tell you right now that whatever's causing her to hang on that line so dramatically in the turns is definitely causing her to have a little bit less speed. So I can assure you that is the problem. So we have to get to the bottom of what it is. It isn't something I call acute lameness. I can't tell you where it is or where it was. Might be 2 little spots, but it'll be up to Dr. Tessa to figure that out this week. Neptune actually raced pretty good, paced 51-4 last night, 28 at the end of it. Still was beat half a length for second. Ended up finishing 4th, maybe 3/4 of a length, but he raced okay. I would like to see a little more Eye of the Tiger, maybe stretch him out a bit more, finish second, but he was just beat for second. Of course, you guys knew that Trosa was scratched. He was sick. Thursday, Perry had messaged me to say that Trosa didn't eat in a temperature of 102 or 101.9 or something. And even if you remedy that, the remnants of that, you can't expect a horse to go out and race at 105% when he's had a week the way he had. So sick or otherwise on race day, I'm glad that he scratched Trosa. And Roser and Alexandra, a bit of a screwed up race. It was a recall, and then a horse that missed the gate kind of, I saw him coming. I mean, he was a 3. He had every right to do it. I just thought that I could loop over in front of him, and he ended up holding his position and driving through, and both Justin and I had to take back. Now, his horse was also pretty rough, so I'm watching him the whole first 3/8 of the mile. Roser and Alexander feels like she's coming around, but a couple of times in the mile, I went to move her, and I just went to kind of fish her to the outside. Just ask her, are you ready to get going? And she didn't really give me that warm, fuzzy feeling, so I stayed in. But when I kicked the earplugs again coming out of the last turn and had to kind of wheel her across the track around Greg, I think she did finish up well. Her last quarter was charted in 29 and a piece. To me, that means her last 8th was 28 and a piece second speed, because she was pacing her hardest strides going through the wire. So I'd like to see that. It was not a very tough field, though, if I'm going to be completely honest. It was quite a watered-down bunch. So it was a little bittersweet. I thought that she raced well. She paced 59. She came a last quarter in 29, which was really 28 and a second at bit speed once I got her loose. But again, that's silver lining stuff, right? She wasn't awesome, but she was adequate. So I don't think she's out of place going back in there again this week. I know Eric had went out and galloped her the other day and galloped her in 2:10. I'll gallop her in 2 minutes, 3 days before she races. So she'll be a little more on the iron, a little sharper. We'll be able to put her in position. The good news is I don't really see her at her knee that much, maybe touching that outside knee a bit, but it didn't bother her. And the way she paced down the lane, it clearly isn't bothering her. I just want to get her back to 55, 56, 57 would be nice, so she can be a little more useful. I think she's a couple of starts from getting there just yet, and I can't really tell you why. But she is coming. I think first start to second start to third start, I see advancements in the way she's going. So that was yesterday. Today we have Miami Valley, Rock Shining Star. Everybody in the car is telling you to turn your music down because, as I told you yesterday, we can hear it just as clearly as you. I can't help it. Your earbuds suck.
I can't hear anything.
Well, everybody, well then I suspect, I'm not a doctor, but I suspect you could get your ears checked, because every other person in this car can hear your music. Everyone.
AirPods get a 0 out of 10. More can be heard by people that aren't even.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ollie. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but thank you. Today we rock Shining Star, Save America, both in a great spot. And I'm curious, greatest ending. Are we looking at a three-peat? Is he going to come back with another strong mile? Not very often you see. The problem has always been with greatest ending has been consistency. Are we going to see another consistent mile? I'm going to race him hard tonight. You can be sure of that. He's going out of there tonight. There is no retreat for greatest ending. And if anybody wants to tussle on the inside, as of right now, I'm looking for a fight, so there won't be a problem. We're going to put up some big numbers if they want to tussle with him. I think he's going to go out of there, but that depends on him. You know, if we go to say go and he kind of falls off the gate a little bit, I can't force him. But the way he's been racing, the way he's been feeling, I don't think I'll have to. So I'm looking for a big race out of greatest ending tonight. I'm eager to watch the other horses and their second starts back, Rock Shining Star and Save America, and that will close out our week. A pretty good week again. Excited about next week, Melisandre, although she's off 2 weeks. She doesn't strike me as the type of filly that can just be off 2 weeks without a really hard, heavy training. Well, we're going to see. If she's a little bit short and a little bit flat, I can tell you exactly why. She trained, but didn't train right. She didn't go into the well the other day training. So, her and obviously Memento Mori, I want to see him race on Wednesday also. So, Wednesday, a big day for us. It's Ollie's first game of the season here in Ohio, which frustrates me because I won't be able to see it. Obviously, Amy's going to have to take some videos of Ollie hitting and playing.
It's not gonna play well because they're not gonna be whispering. They're not gonna be talking to me what to do in the box.
Right. Well, here, I'll give you a little tip, just so you don't remember.
I wanna talk to
And
you,
just so
but
you
give
know,
me an earpiece.
no, just so you know, your coach said the same thing. I was telling you politely, trying to tell you to crowd the plate a little bit, and you weren't, and you got struck out twice in the outside corner in practice the other day. And what did the coach tell you right after? Because I can't hear up here. Sometimes my hearing's not good, so maybe. What happened? I told you twice to get on top of the plate. You didn't. You struck it. And what did Coach Adam tell you right after that? I can't remember. It's fuzzy. What did he say? I can't hear you.
I can't remember.
Oh, you can't. Oh, wait, I remember. He said, Ollie, you're way too far off the plate. Get on top of the plate, protect your batter's box, and hit the ball hard, right? And that's the thing. I always say, and the good thing about Ollie is he's got good eyes, and he hits the ball well on the inside. He gets his hands in quick. He's got quick hands. So he needs to crowd the plate, protect the outside of the plate. Now, maybe there's some baseball aficionados out there that disagree, but that's kind of how I was raised. You crowd the plate. As a pitcher, you didn't want to crowd my plate. But as a hitter, especially in this day and age, take up as much of it as you can. So, Ollie, I'm eager to hear because unfortunately I won't be able to see, but I'm very eager. That's where he plays right there. I'm very eager to hear how he plays. Yeah, how he plays on Wednesday. Now I will be reaching out to a number of people. I did tell his team, Ollie. I did tell his team that I would reach out to a number of our friends and clients as we are going to try to get some of the equipment for those guys. Ollie's playing right here today. We're going to get some equipment for these guys. Oh, I never saw that coming. Where's the playground at?
Back there.
Back there.
Maybe when we pick Ollie up. Do we have time?
Pick it up.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, I thought she might close her door. She only had 14 minutes to do it. Anyway, I'm going to get some stuff for Ollie's team this year, and we're going to get some stable names on it and do a little fundraising for them also. Yep. I'm finishing my video, Addie, so you can be quiet for a minute. Here's Ollie's team right word. Oh, you can't even see them. Anyway, this is what our Sunday... No, shh. This is what our Sunday is. Ollie is going to be practicing here from... Sit in the back, get your seatbelt on. We're not leaving. We're not staying here yet. Ollie's team is going to be practicing for the next 2 hours. We got to take Addie Bear down to a birthday party, come back and get Ollie, go back and get Addie. And you wanted to jog.
Is he taking a box of shoes?
There's
Can we go
cleats.
to the mall?
There's cleats. No. Can we go to the mall? Like we have nothing else to do. And then Amy wants to jog Memento Mori also. So we will have a busy day. And then when all that chaos is done, I just got to go drive Greatest Ending. So, have a great Sunday. It has been a good week. It is actually a beautiful... I hope it's a nice day everywhere. It is a beautiful day. We've had some horrible weather, right? Lots of rain and cold weather off and on. This is a beautiful Sunday. I hope everybody is having a great Sunday and it's sunny wherever you are and you get to soak it all in. Take care.